ready to fill. TF Supercolor model. You will get to know now how to install and use ready-to-fill printer cartridge automatic refiller, the TF Supercolor model. This video complements our user's guide. Therefore, reading this material is imperative for the appropriate use of this apparatus. On our website, you can download the user's guide or consult periodically the new versions of it. TF Supercolor model's control panel contains the main functions for refilling cartridges. At the front panel of the equipment, there are ink output connectors. Right below, you will find a vacuum connector and the self-cleaning button. The apparatus also has 3 selector buttons for individual color control. At the rear panel of the equipment, there are ink input connections. Your refiller comes with 3 color ink refillings and an empty flask. In order to feed the ink into the apparatus, open ink container. Insert feeding tube. Screw lid. And connect the hose apparatus to the lid connector. Repeat this procedure with the other 2 ink flasks. Please pay attention to the color markings on labels at the rear panel of the equipment. Now connect the rear hose with vacuum label to the empty flask. Then, at the front panel of the apparatus, connect hoses at the 3 ink output connectors and also at the vacuum. At the other end of each front hose connected to the apparatus, fit the 3 same-sized needles, introducing them in a sponge. Each cartridge model has a correct size of needle to be inserted into the cartridge. Use the selector key located at the side panel in order to turn on the equipment. While power is on, turn the white key to the upward position. Note that the corresponding LED ready to fill at the panel should now be on. Turn all color keys to the upward position: red, yellow, and blue. Press the SV button on the panel. All the ink will flow through the hoses. Press the SV button again. Note that the ink will now reach the needles at the hoses end. Congratulations! Your TF Supercolor ready to fill is ready to be used. Check if the flask for residual ink is connected to the vacuum output at the rear end of the equipment. Fit the cartridge at the adapter and plug the adapter connector pin to the vacuum hose located at the front of the machine. Check if the white key and the color keys are turned upright. Press the V button on the panel and wait for about 30 seconds, during which time the machine will suction all possible remaining ink. Press V again as many times as needed, until cartridge is totally emptied. Note that the residual ink flask will be filled with remaining ink out of this procedure. At the end of this process, if there is no clogging, cartridge can then be refilled. Pierce cartridge with a sharp tool at each of the color compartments of the cartridge. Fit cartridge into the adapter as shown on screen. Keep them always in vertical position during refilling. Pierce the internal sponges of the cartridge using the needles of the hoses from the front panel of the machine. With a hose, connect the front vacuum inlet of the machine to the adapter's connector. Check if the white key and the color keys are turned upright. Press the filling button corresponding to the cartridge being handled. The machine will proceed with automatic vacuum cycle, followed by cartridge refill. Wait until the cartridge ready LED starts blinking. When the LED starts to blink, immediately withdraw the cartridge from the adapter. Then remove the needles from the cartridge. Perform the 3 colors test on an absorbing paper, checking if the created color lines are uninterrupted. Ready! Your cartridge can be reinstalled into the printer. Fit cartridge into the adapter as shown on screen. Keep them always in vertical position during refilling. Pierce the internal sponges of the cartridge using the needles of the hoses from the front panel of the machine. With a hose, connect the front vacuum inlet of the machine to the adapter's connector. Check if the white key and the color keys are turned upright. Press the filling button corresponding to the cartridge being handled. Wait until the cartridge ready LED starts blinking. When the LED starts to blink, immediately withdraw the cartridge from the adapter. Then remove the needles from the cartridge. Perform the 3 colors test on an absorbing paper, checking if the created color lines are uninterrupted. Ready! Your cartridge can be reinstalled into the printer. To perform the self-cleaning of the equipment, turn the white key to the downward position so that the ink returns to their corresponding refilling flasks. Note that the color keys shall keep their upward positioning. If the cleaning is not enough, turn the white key up and down to restart a new cleaning cycle. Repeat this process until obtaining the total cleaning of the hoses. It is advisable to refill your cartridge as soon as you notice that ink is running low. The earlier the refill